Hello, I'm Balrogfan, and today's closed beta survival guide, we will be going over the Dragon Shire. The goal of the Dragon Shire is to take control of both shrines so you can free the Dragon Knight. Once he's freed, you can use his great siege abilities to devastate the enemy forts. There are three major objective points in Dragon Shire. This is the dragon statue. Once you have control of the two shrines, you will be able to channel this statue and gain control of the Dragon Knight. There are two major shrines, the top and bottom shrines. Once activated, you stand in these areas around the shrines and gain control of them in order to send beams to the statue so you can channel and control the Dragon Knight. Mercenary objectives include 3 bruiser camps, one located here, over here, and down at the bottom below the shrine here. Also, there are 2 siege camps, one located here and right over here. As always, you must defeat the mercenaries and capture their rally point to take control of them. A timer will count down when the shrines are ready to be captured. Once that timer hits 0, you will see them activate with a rally point around them. Now you can stand in that point and change that bar. If you're not standing in it, you will not gain control of the shrine. Once it becomes your team's color, you now have control of the shrine. When both shrines are controlled, the dragon statue will light up your team's color. You then can right-click it to start channeling it to gain control of the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight is a master of siege damage, and his abilities match that. Q is Flame Breath. Flame Breath shoots out fire in a cone that does initial damage and damage over time to anyone standing in it. W is Savage Charge. He runs up and kicks the enemy far away out of the area. Rabble Maker is his trait. With Rabble Maker, you take 50% less damage from buildings, and you deal 50% more damage to buildings. Also, when you die, you explode and deal damage and knock back anyone in your area. Combine these 2 abilities and his trait together, and this makes him the master of pushing down lanes and doing siege damage. Because of the nature of Dragon Shire, you may be asked to channel that statue and take control of the Dragon Knight at a moment's notice, so it's good to know how to control him, so let's start going over that. Depending on the phase of the game, the strategy you want to employ with the Dragon Knight is different every time. If it's early in the game, you probably don't want to give up lane experience, so I like to send an assassin and a support to come with the Dragon Knight and push down the lane. With this strategy, you force the enemy teams to make a decision. Early on, they will either have to give up lane experience and send more to contest the Dragon Knight, or stay the same and you will have an advantage with a support and an assassin being able to do damage and heal in the lane with the Dragon Knight. It should be noted that you cannot buff or heal the Dragon Knight, so minimizing the damage that the enemies do to him is important so you get max duration. Later on in the game, when the lane experience isn't nearly as important, it's best to group up with the Dragon Knight with the entire team, and then you find the lane with the fewest amount of buildings in it and start pushing. It obviously helps if this lane is middle, because middle is closest to the dragon statue. Because of the Dragon Knight's abilities and tankiness, he can be extremely distracting during a team fight. Not to mention, Savage Charge can send an enemy sailing out of the team fight. In teamfights, the enemy will often be forced to try and stop the Dragon Knight from destroying their buildings. Smart team members should take advantage of this and start picking off the biggest threats to the Dragon Knights during teamfights. Employing these strategies should help you get the most out of the Dragon Knight. Also, you can't forget about this bruiser camp down here. Since it's so close to the bottom shrine, it's often a good idea to capture it and make use of it right around the time the Dragon Knight is about to be channeled. You can get the most mileage out of mercenary camps when you either push with them or they're ignored because something more distracting like, oh, say, a giant dragon is forcing the enemy's attention elsewhere. While the Dragon Knight is definitely the most important aspect of Dragon Shire, it is important to remember that you do not want to die for control of the shrines. A better thing to do most of the time is just make sure you're denying your opponent access to the Dragon Knight. The best time to have control of the dragon is after you win a team fight. If you've established your dominance as a team on the map, the enemy will have a very hard time repelling the Dragon Knight. Just like any other map, having control of the objective points and taking mercenary camps at the proper time can lead to an easy victory. That's going to do it for this closed beta survival guide. I'm Balrogfan, and be sure to check out BlizzPro's YouTube channel for more videos in the future. Thank you for tuning in, and good luck in the Nexus.